On today's live daily news, more details on Tuesday night's shooting, a fire that burned down a home in Grape Creek, and we get you ready for the Easter weekend. Plus, Brent Casey, the city's rec director, joins the show to break some huge news regarding his office. All this plus more. I'm Matt Trammell, and this is Live. But first, it's rodeo season, so you know what that means. Everyone in town has their cleanest get up on to get down. Feel like you are the best dressed? Prove it. CarpetTech wants to see your outfit. Of course, with rodeo brings in dirt, so winner of this best dressed contest will receive an entire house floor cleaning. To enter the giveaway, email a pic of your get up, name, address, and phone number to carpettechrodeogiveaway@gmail.com. Good luck. We start the show today with an update from the shooting that took place in Northwest San Angelo on Tuesday night. According to a recently obtained court document by San Angelo Live, along with Donald Spradley, his sister Donita Clement has now also been arrested. We told you yesterday that Spradley had been arrested for shooting another man with a pistol. New information revealed in those documents show that not only did Spradley shoot someone, but he shot his own son. As for Donita, she has been arrested for hiding her brother's bloody clothes from police. Spradley's son was interviewed at the hospital. There, he told the officers that Spradley and he were drinking alcohol and huffing air duster. Most people refer to that as hitting whippets or huffing in nitrous oxide in hopes of getting high off the gas. An argument over that duster can ultimately led to Spradley shooting his son. While the shooting investigation was going on, Clement contacted police offering information regarding the shooting. Clement told investigators that after the shooting, she helped hide Spradley's bloody shoes and clothes. She continued by telling them that they would never find those clothes because, well, they were hidden. Despite her hopes of originally helping officers, she was arrested for tampering with evidence. Both Spradley and Clement were arrested and booked into the Tom Green County Detention Facility, but have both been released on bond. For more details on this story, go check it out on SanAngeloLive.com. It wouldn't be, it's in other news, it wouldn't be a San Angelo news day without a good crash. With that, around 2 o'clock this afternoon, a major vehicle crash happened just outside of Ross. The crash was between a white Ford Edge and an 81-year-old woman that was struck in the parking lot's crosswalk. Medics did arrive on scene to check out the woman, but she was taken to the hospital by a personal vehicle instead. San Angelo Police Department's Public Information Officer Richard Espinosa did state to reporters that the investigation is ongoing, and so far no citations have been issued. It is worth noting that the crash did occur on private property. This wasn't the only thing that has kept first responders busy either. Early this morning in Grape Creek, volunteer firefighters battled a large house fire off of Emmett Lane. After speaking with the homeowners, it was learned that the fire started in a shed out back. Luckily, no one was hurt, and the lady's dogs and sons got out safely. The house is likely to be deemed a complete loss, and the cause of the fire is unknown at this time. In sports news today, the Lakeview Chiefs and Maidens soccer team recently received all-district honors. The Chiefs' Christian Gatlin earned all-district MVP, while the Maidens' Allie Flores earned all-district MVP for the Maidens. The awards didn't stop there, though. Chiefs head coach Kyle Jones received the 2023 Coach of the Year, and nearly the entire squad on both teams made that all-district list. To see the full list, be sure to check SanAngeloLive.com/sports. Congratulations to both the Chiefs and the Maidens for one of the most successful seasons in program history. And of course, this week is Holy Week, so churches and organizations will be holding events all weekend. We told you yesterday about the Community Hills Christian Church's plans, and later on the show, we'll tell you about a city event that is going on. Although these two aren't the only two things going on, there's plenty to see, so go to the San Angelo Live event calendar to check out everything Easter related. And finally, the San Angelo Rodeo is back on tonight as Week 2 kicks off. To get you ready for that action, here's James Bellini with rodeo coverage presented by Jim Bass Ford.
Cactus Gray, Eruption Green, Race Red, Shadow Black, Velocity Blue, Area 51, Hot Pepper Red, Azure Gray Metallic, Onyx White, and Carbonized Gray. Just a few of the colors we have available in the full-size Bronco. Come take full advantage of the great selection of Broncos that you can only find at Jim Bass Ford's Bronco Farm, Houston Hart and Hardin Road, or 24/7 at bassmonths.com.
The San Angelo Rodeo returns today with their 5th overall performance tonight at 7:30. But this past Sunday, Children's Miracle Network was in the spotlight for everything they do to help treat children not only in the Concho Valley, but all around. They reminded all of us how lucky we are for our good health and to cherish and live every day to the fullest extent. After all, you only get one go at this thing called life, just like you only get one ride in the mutton bustin'. This is Mutton Busters and the True Meaning of Rodeo, presented by Sonora Bank. The Mutton Busters learned 2 valuable lessons on Sunday afternoon during the Children's Miracle Network Day at the 91st Annual San Angelo Rodeo. Those lessons being how to survive on a sheep, and more importantly, how to overcome adversity. For San Angelo Live, I'm James Bellini. Children's Miracle Network Day reminded all of us how lucky we are for our health. The Cowboys and the Bareback took that to heart as we had a number of rides that fought for the top spot in the rodeo, and in the end, the Pope brothers were the ones that got it done. Ty Pope was first as he went for a ride on Pete Carr's Jungle Cat. Ty fought the bronc hard, spurring his way into the 5th spot with a score of 83.5 points. Up next, older brother Jess Pope on the horse Painted River showed the crowd how it's done with a very impressive score of 87 points. That ride would give him the #1 spot in the rodeo. The Pope brothers have been riding animals since they were 6 years old, and the ride to the San Angelo Rodeo Championship starts young. Well, we might have found a mutton buster that will be just that. And trust me, this ain't his first rodeo. It's the Mutton Busted, presented by Sonora Bank.
And we are now here with Copeland, and he is the winner of the Sonora Bank Mutton Bustin' today. Hey, so first of all, before we get into, how old are you?
8.
You're 8 years old. Now, you told me something before we started that's really impressive. This isn't your first championship buckle, is it?
No.
Now, what else did you win a championship buckle in? You can show it off, show it off. It's your Mutton Bustin' one from last year, right? Look at that, you got a belt buckle right there, 2 belt buckles. And what is your secret? How do you hang on so good?
Just keep your chin in the middle.
Yeah, that's a pretty easy way to do it. Anything else you like to do besides riding sheep?
Play baseball.
You like to play baseball? Well, are you good at baseball? All right, well, you're really good at riding sheep, too. This has been Copeland. He was our champion today on the Sonora Bank Mutton Bustin' competition.
Tune into live daily news throughout the San Angelo Rodeo, presented by Jim Bass Ford, to catch interviews just like this one to hear from all the rodeo competitors this year.
When something is important, you take care of it, especially when you're entrusted with its well-being. You pay close attention and act accordingly to every need and situation that may arise. Call it instinct, obligation, or desire. One thing's for certain, for most Texans, it just comes natural. At Sonora Bank, you'll find there's one bank that cares deeply about you and your banking needs. And caring for our customers, well, it just comes natural. That's a good reason to give us a try. Sonora Bank, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
And welcome back to the show. Thanks for being here. Joining me today with the San Angelo Recreation Department is Brent Casey. And y'all had a big weekend last weekend.
We did. We had 120 teams here in San Angelo to play in a youth baseball tournament. It was actually sponsored by Under Armour, so got a few extra teams here. It's one of the biggest ones we've had since my 8 years of working with the Recreation Division, so it was great. But estimated somewhere around around $1 million economic impact for the city. So
that it's amazing that sports complex is being used that much.
Absolutely, yes.
It's an asset. now we got a lot of things coming up. What's on your plate right now?
Right now, the biggest things, we normally start pool reservations and summer camp reservations about 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
So we've got a lot of questions about that. The reason it's been delayed is because we're putting everything online. So everything will go through Civic Rec, which we've been working on for months now. And
Okay.
we've got a couple things ready to go, and eventually everything Parks and Recreation will be online through Civic Rec. But starting Monday at 10 a.m., we're going to open up pool reservations for parties, private parties, semi-private parties, everything. And then for summer camp registrations as well, that'll be on the city webpage at www.cosatx.us/recreation. And you just find the reservation tab, which will say Civic Rec on it, and go in there and you make the reservations online.
So that's a huge change in the way y'all do business.
Absolutely. You don't have to come into our office every time to do things anymore. So yeah, trying to improve our customer service and make things easier for the customer.
Bigger and better and easier.
Yes.
What events? That's the pool, and everybody's looking forward to the pool opening.
Absolutely.
But you have a lot of other facilities as well, a lot of summer events.
Yes, we do. We have a lot of tournaments coming up at the complex. So we just had the huge one last week. We have Son of God's coming in next weekend. We don't have anything for this weekend, but next weekend Son of God's bringing in an adult softball tournament. Then we have oh my goodness, there's tons. We have USSSA Fast Pitch coming. We have the baseball tournament coming again the first weekend in May, and we're pretty much booked the rest of this, except for this Easter weekend, all of April and then all of May for the weekend. So we're planning on getting a lot of money into San Angelo and getting those teams in here and making things happen. So
that's amazing that we have the facilities and they work that well and they're that well used.
Yes. We also have the Easter extravaganza at the Nature Center this Saturday.
That's right.
We'll be open from 12 to 5, and with the actual Easter egg hunt will happen at 2 o'clock, and then we'll have a parade of animals, we'll have crafts, we have all kinds of different stuff. My staff out at Nature Center do a great job with that every year. I love seeing all the kids. We usually get a few hundred kids out there for that hunt, and there's thousands and thousands of eggs, so plenty to go around for everybody, so a good time.
Well, Selena McSherry and Bailey brought Brutus in a couple of weeks ago, and we got to interact on camera, and I don't know how many of you saw that, but it was an experience to work. They tell you don't work with kids and don't work with animals on camera, and that's what it was. I mean, he was moving around the whole time and just took over the whole show, and that was great. But and she mentioned the Easter egg hunt out there this Saturday, and that should be a lot of fun for the kiddos.
Right, we definitely will be. Looking forward to it.
All right, and let's see. Y'all are busy throughout the summer.
Yes. So we have summer track coming up. We're bringing flag football for youth in. That's the first time for summer. We normally do it in the fall only. We're going to have a summer league and the fall league, which we had 100 teams for the fall league. So we figured people may want it a little bit more in the summertime. So we're bringing that back. We have adult flag football. We have adult softball, adult volleyball, adult basketball. We have it all. It's all going on. And the rec centers at the complex everywhere. So busy, and it's that time of year, so it's great. So
and all of this again is going to be shifted to the website for registration.
Yes. So next Monday at 10 a.m. we'll start those two things for reservations. But eventually everything Parks and Recreation, to include the lake gates and getting into the lake gates out there on the weekends, that'll eventually be online too. And so the way we'll do that, instead of handing someone a pass, because we have someone working those gates there, we will actually have to, the people will actually have to put their license plate in and pay per car, which they do now anyway.
Yeah.
And then that's the way that we'll track it.
That's going to be interesting. Do you have season passes for the lakes?
Yes, sir. You can purchase season passes. They're available now. But once it goes online, you'll be able to get those online as well. So.
All right. But now you have to go down to the office until they're put online.
Absolutely. Or Spring Creek Marina.
Okay, at the marina. Well, that's a big thing for those of us who spend a lot of time out there. Yeah. And I like that because I do have a state park pass. And that's to every state park in Texas with one annual fee.
Yes, sir.
And it's so convenient.
Yes.
And I'm glad to see that the city's got that as well.
Absolutely.
And the convenience of being online, I think, will help out a lot of folks.
Yeah, a lot of people use the lake. Obviously, it's one of the grand things we have here in San Angelo. And a lot of people from surrounding areas. So hopefully, it makes things easier and we can get more people out there.
And those gated entrances are at Middle Concho and at Spring Creek.
Yes, sir.
Spring
Absolutely.
Creek entrances.
Both entrances, yes.
Okay. All right. And that doesn't have anything to do with Twin Buttes. But that's a whole separate animal.
Yes, sir.
All right. And the big Easter egg hunt, and then going online for registration, the municipal pool reservations online starting next week.
Yes, sir. 10 o'clock.
All right. I do appreciate you coming. Will you come back and see us?
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
All right. Thanks. We'll go back to you guys in the studio.
Thank you, Brent. Thank you, Yantis. How exciting is that? That now if you want to make a reservation for the pool or the court or the wherever you need from the rec, you can now do it all online. No longer you got to go up there and hassle people with pieces of paper. You just go online and do it yourself. So that's going to be some big changes coming up for the rec department. This has been Live Daily News. We're here every weekday afternoon. We're going to give you a little bit of an interview and then a little bit of news and a whole lot of fun. For everybody here at San Angelo Live, I'm Matt Trammell, and we'll see you tomorrow.